All right, welcome. This is the Enigma. There it is in all of its glory. As you can see, it is made of wood. It is, relatively, well, it sounds like that. Sounds a little bit hollow. Okay. So see, it appears to be sealed on all sides. Right here, there's a funnel. So apparently you can pour liquid in there. And then down beneath, we have another funnel. And so right here is just a beaker to catch some water. We're gonna pour some water down. Okay, so I'm gonna get some water at the sink. This is a beaker, plastic beaker. This is the sink. Gonna get some water. So we see that it's water. It's actual water. Okay, so now bring this over here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna see what the Enigma does. So we're gonna do a little bit of random testing, okay? So I'm gonna pour some water just in the top like this. Whoop. Okay, we're gonna see what happens down here. Let's get a little bit closer. Okay. Cool. All right, so we're gonna pour a little bit in. Okay. So our goal is to figure out like what's going on inside of this. Okay, because it's just we can't see inside. You can't see. So it's like in other situations where you're trying to understand how something behaves at like a particle level, smaller than we can actually see. Like what are the individual tiny little particles of something doing and how do they behave? This is sort of a like a representation of that process, but made more life-size so that we can practice the skills of collecting data, doing tests, and then eventually making some inferences about what we think is inside, okay? And eventually the goal is to be able to draw what you think is inside to explain what we see. So if I keep pouring water in, so far it looks like water just comes out, right? Eventually I'm going to have to empty this and just kind of put it over here, right? I'll just kind of keep pouring, okay? So, I mean, in theory, like, if we keep doing the test, we should see the same results time and time again, right? Like, if a result is repeatable, if we get the same results multiple times, then we know that the system appears to be behaving consistently, and then we can define that with a pattern. If we can say, hey, we know how this works, okay, we can feel pretty sure about that, all right? So, at this point, we're just gonna keep on going, okay? So at this point, something is different. Something is definitely different. And the water I'm pouring is still clear. So here, I'll pour this in and then bring the beaker back. Okay, it's empty. Okay. So this looks like clear water to me, but it's red, so like red water. Okay, so It just kind of is clear red water. You can see my hand behind it, pretty transparent. It moves like water. Okay, but it's red. So again, if we think about this whole system, like what could be going on inside of this to be explaining those results? I just put this here so it's a backdrop, but it's still just like a sealed box. Okay. So, all right. So that's weird. So again, if we get the same results, then we can start to be more consistently define what's happening. So we gotta keep testing a little bit more. Make sure that we still get the same results every time. So I'm gonna pour some more water in. Okay, this is regular water. I'm just gonna pour it in. Here we go. Pouring the water in. I just poured in a little bit of it. I think I went from like there to there. I'm gonna pour a little more in. Okay. It used to be at 300, now it's at 250. Just about. So pour a little more in. Still nothing's coming out. This is really weird. Okay. So far we've been able to put in a fair amount here. Nothing's going on. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not actively pouring, but that is actively coming out. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so I need to tell you a little something. So remember that funnel up there? Let's go take a look. Funnel up here. This, so you couldn't see because the way the camera was going. This actually turns. Okay. And what you didn't see, because I was able to do this without you seeing, because I just moved the camera, right? This funnel can be moved to 4 different positions. Okay. While we were just doing that, a little bit of testing, I pointed the funnel at 3 of those positions. So I won't tell you which ones, because I'm going to send, I have some data that accompanies this video that you'll be able to use to better understand what kind of tests could be done to collect data from this Enigma here. Okay, but just so you know, a couple things to know. Some people have asked in the past, can you take this handle on the funnel and point it somewhere other than a corner when you pour in water? So I could point it there, that's in a corner. I could point it there, and I would pour water into both of those places, but I will not point it toward like the middle of a side. I could do it, and I could pour water in, but I will not. So that might tell you that there's something that might happen, right? That's just information for you, and you can maybe make an inference right now that it could be problematic to pour water into a side, or to when the funnel is pointed at a side. Okay. Another question people asked is like, can you shake the box or turn it upside down? And I also say I could do that, but I won't because of reasons. So again, like something could happen and I just don't want that to happen. So I'm going to leave that up to you to kind of make sense of. But yeah, so there's 4 different corner positions. And at this point, you can use the data that is available that accompanies this video. And your goal is, once again, to try and draw a model of what you think is inside of here. Okay? that could possibly explain that data. Okay? There are going to be a couple other accompanying resources to go along with this. It'll help you get an idea of a little bit more ideas of like maybe how you can think about some of the more confusing data, perhaps. That's about it. Okay, so if you have any questions, reach out, let me know. Otherwise, have fun modeling. We'll see you soon.